Hey Kat, it's Sarah. Thanks for reaching out. Yes, I would love to do a digital footprint analysis for you guys. So I went ahead and pulled up your website. Let's take a look at it together. The very first thing I noticed when I landed on the page is this pop-up that you guys have. And I wanted to make two suggestions about it. Let me show it to you completely so you can see what I'm talking about. The first thing I noticed is it's just a bunch of text. These days, it's so easy to build a pop-up. Anybody could build a pop-up and put it on a website. There's no excuse to not have some beautiful photos of your new location. So that's my very first tip for you is let's change up this pop-up a little bit, give it a photo of your new location, and make that address clickable so that anybody who clicks on it can get directions to your new practice. All right, the next thing I would look at, let's just go down the checklist. The first thing I look at in any website is how long your URL or your web address is. This one's very long. It's a little bit too long to be easily remembered by a patient. So if it's possible for you guys to change your domain name, I would definitely go looking for something that's a bit shorter, but still to the point. Next, I look for an easy menu at the top of the page to direct people on where to go to find different things. And that seems like it's missing from this. Looks like your menu's at the bottom instead, which is just, it's unusual for that to be the case. And so it might confuse some patients. So I don't recommend it, but at least it's easily accessible once I do figure out where it is. The next thing I look for is a call to action button above the fold. The fold is the point on a site where you have to scroll to see more. So as you can see, we do have a call to action button here. We're going to click on it and see what happens. Good. So it obviously takes us to the appointment request form. This page is not optimized for beauty, right? I would definitely make some adjustments to that in terms of maybe putting pictures, some testimonials, really giving people a valid reason to want to schedule an appointment right there on the page. All right, let's head back to the home page for a minute. The other thing I look for is a clickable phone number at the top of the page. It looks like you guys do have that. And I look for the doctor's name and keywords throughout the home page. This is for SEO, which stands for search engine optimization. Looks like you do have child and family eye care, which is a keyword. Health, that's a good keyword. Comprehensive eye care, it's probably a keyword. Eyecare, yep, you got a couple of good keywords on here. I would probably do a little bit more in terms of keyword research just to make sure we're hitting the top ones. And then there's Devin's name. That's perfect. The reason why it's important to have your doctors and any associates, they should all have their names on the homepage, is because oftentimes when a patient refers to us, they remember to refer to their doctor more than they'll remember the practice name. So if someone searches Dr. Devin Duval in Google, we want to make sure his name pops up. The next thing I go looking for is, are we actually collecting names and contact information from people who haven't quite made the decision to become a patient yet? You might remember this from the workshop. I talked about the coffee date scenario, right? If I just randomly walk up to a man and I say, "Hi, my name's Sarah, will you marry me?" Makes them feel a little bit awkward, and I'm a lot less likely to actually land a date than if I go find a nice man and I say, "Hi, my name's Sarah, you seem like a cool person, would you like to have coffee sometime?" So when we're just asking people for micro commitments rather than asking for the whole kit and caboodle all at once, we're a lot more likely to turn people into patients eventually. So that's another thing I see is missing from this website is there is no lead magnet strategy. In other words, there is no method for a person to just go on a coffee date with your business without being ready to actually book an exam quite yet. So a good way to overcome that might be to add a quiz or some kind of downloadable information where we ask them for their name and contact info in exchange for sending them a video or PDF or something of that nature. That's definitely probably the top missing sales strategy from your website right now. The next thing I look for are use of photos and video on the website. So this is a very cute, very attractive picture of a girl. Girls tend to get 4 times as many clicks and interest in marketing as guys do, so that's a good choice. It also looks like you have a very nice video about your practice here. I like that. And there's some good photos, etc. So that is excellent. Next, I look for trust signals. Trust signals are things like this where you have testimonials on the web page. So there's one trust signal there. Let's see if I can find any other trust signals. Other types of trust signals are like awards the practice has won, places you've been featured in the media, newspaper, TV interviews, blogs, podcasts, etc. I don't see anything else. So definitely trust signals are also a big missing from the website, and that could help improve your number of new patients significantly if we could add some of that. And then next I go looking for your About Us page. Looks like we don't have an About Us page, just an eye doctor page. So we'll go take a look at that. Oh, but this does then say our team. Do we have any members of the team besides Dr. Duvall? No, we do not. So that's another thing you could definitely do that would increase the trust factor of your practice, is just put the other members of the team on the About Us page and make it more of an About Us than just the eye doctor. Oftentimes people want to see what kind of customer service they're going to be getting when they come in. They're interested in finding out who the other members of the practice are, and it just makes you come across a lot more legitimate and a lot more approachable if you have photos of your staff on there. All right, so those are probably the biggest things that I would change about the website. Overall, it looks pretty good. It's a nice, comprehensive design. It's got a good logo. The color scheme looks great. The design itself is pretty good. There's nothing broken or anything like that. So that's doing really well. It's just mostly the sales strategy that seems like it's missing, which makes sense since you just attended the workshop. So hopefully you'll have an opportunity now to go correct those things. And if you want any more advice or help, please feel free to reach out. I'll talk to you guys soon.